My list of most anticipated games for 2024 has to start with Nightingale because this is the one game on the list that I've already played, and I can tell you right now that it is the real deal. I played the closed alpha and already the game looked amazing. It was optimized as hell for an alpha, ran smooth. I didn't get to play it that much, but the little bit I did play left me wanting more. It is a PvE open world survival crafting game which you can play solo or co-op with friends. Build, craft, fight, explore, all the normal things you do in a survival game, but then you have to venture through mystical portals into a variety of amazing and fantastical realms. So, the lore of the game and the story can be a little confusing and overwhelming at first, especially if you're a numbskull like me, but once you get the hang of it, it is pretty damn unique. You're basically stranded beyond our world, cut off by the collapse of the arcane portal network. The catastrophe has left you fighting to survive in a labyrinth of beautiful and dangerous realms which you travel through using these cards to open portals. Now, I really haven't fully grasped the game yet because, again, I haven't played it enough, but I can't wait to jump back in. So the basics here are you have to survive these different realms, gather and craft, build a base, manage your inventory, there are boss fights and all sorts of different enemies, endless adventures. It says this on their Steam page that you have the power to influence the design of each realm, including prevalence of hostiles, abundance of resources, and even the environment itself, which all sounds very interesting, and I definitely can't wait to play this one again when it launches in February. Next game on the list is Enshrouded. Now, this game actually had a playable demo not too long ago, but unfortunately I missed that window. I did watch the Neebs Gaming crew play it though, and it looked amazing, and they had nothing but good things to say about it. It kind of looks like, to me, a mixture of Valheim and Elden Ring. You venture into a vast world, vanquish punishing bosses, build grand halls, and forge your path in this co-op survival action RPG for up to 16 players. So that's pretty wild. You can have 15 friends in your group if you have that many. I don't, so I'd probably be going at this solo. Hopefully it's not too bad. Going at the game solo. Destructible world, which is awesome. Everything can be destroyed. You can dig down and build your base in the ground if you want to be a little hermit, just like this guy. Oh, I love that idea. So it's a voxel-based world. You got to survive, craft, build. There's action RPG combat. You can craft different armor, journey through forests, caves, dungeons, searching for secret knowledge and treasures. I mean, what else can you ask for? Game looks absolutely amazing, and it comes out in early access on January 24th. Next up is Pacific Drive, which launches on February 22nd for PC and the PlayStation 5. You have to face supernatural dangers with a car as your only lifeline in this driving survival adventure. Scavenge resources, load up your trusty station wagon, and drive like hell to make it through alive. First of all, my mom had a station wagon just like this one when I was a kid. My father had spray painted it bright blue. We called it the Blue Bomber. So I really can't wait to get in here and give this game a try. Pacific Drive is a first-person driving survival game with your car as your only companion. Navigate a surreal reimagining of the Pacific Northwest and face supernatural dangers as you venture into the Olympic Exclusion Zone. Each excursion into the wilderness brings unique and strange challenges as you restore and upgrade your car from an abandoned garage that acts as your home base. Dude, survival games are my favorite, and I love how unique this one is. You're telling me my only companion is a station wagon from the 80s? Sign me up. And it's your station wagon. You can customize it the way you want. There's all sorts of mods and shit you can add to it. But your car is going to take a beating, so you're going to have to stay on top of repairs. You know, you're going to have to replace doors and side panels and fix tires and charge a battery and all sorts of shit. It's like a survival game and car mechanic simulator in one. But seriously, the game looks like a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play it in February. Or, who knows, maybe even sooner than that. I'm just saying, it's possible that I could get early access to some of these games and be able to bring you guys gameplay before the games even release. I don't know. Things like that happen all the time. So if I were you, I would stay tuned to the channel. Next up is Derix, which is what my mom would call all my friends growing up, and she wasn't wrong. After crashing on Earth with a space shuttle, you and your friends, if you want to play co-op, have to start from scratch, explore and build a base, then defend it against mutated animals and humans. Key features of the game: chop down trees, find metals, gather resources, build a cozy base, and defend yourself. Use the power of wind, sun, and water to generate electricity, and power up your base by building water wheels, wind turbines, and solar panels. Brace yourself for weather changes that will affect your electricity production. Build wooden gutters and use the water pumps and pipes to transport wood logs to your sawmills, automating your system to make planks. Geez, you gotta be a fucking engineer to play this game. I hope not, because I'm already confused. Explore the world and find new recipes to make new tools and build parts that will allow you to progress further. Now, I'm just kidding about the whole engineer comment. That actually seems like the coolest part about this game. An added challenge on top of just surviving, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing this one. There is no release date yet. I believe this is being developed by just one person, which is impressive, but that could also lead to a lot of delays when it's just one person that has to get the job done. Next on the list is Once Human, set to release in the third quarter of 2024. Once Human is a multiplayer open-world survival game set in a strange post-apocalyptic future. Unite with friends to fight monstrous enemies, uncover secret plots, compete for resources, and build your own territory. Now, this is an MMO, an online PvP game. A lot of people are saying this is what the day before should have been, or something like this anyway. You wake up in the middle of nowhere, you'll have to brace yourself for the cruelty of nature, from monsters to the lack of food to other players out there. You'll battle numerous enemies that were once human and challenge bosses from another dimension to gain powerful items. Now, hopefully, if you go into a boss fight, other players can't come in too, but maybe they can. I don't know how that mechanic works yet, but I know it would suck if you were in the middle of fighting a boss and then a bunch of other players came in and killed you before killing the boss. We'll see how that all works, because I definitely am interested in trying this game out. You can customize a bunch of weapons, build territory, which is essentially just base building. You know, you can build a house of your own, and you can find out the truth. So there is like a story and some lore to this game. Delve into the truth of Stardust. Find out where it came from and what it wants. In the journey of seeking truth, you may feel alone, but you never really are. There are several factions in the world. Some can be violent and hostile. Others might be friendly and helpful. Now, I don't know if the factions they're referring to are NPCs in the game that you can talk to and interact with, or if they're referring to the other players in the game. Now, a lot of people are going to be turned off immediately once they hear PvP, because a lot of PvP games can be quite toxic, but we're not going to know until we get our hands on it and give it a shot come the third quarter of this year. Next is Rooted, with no announced release date yet. This is a single player or online PvP or online co-op survival game. Explore an ancient, overgrown world full of dangers. Salvage, build, craft, hunt, and try to survive alone or with your friends in an evolving and fascinating post-apocalyptic environment. It is somewhere near the year 2100. You are one of the few survivors. You must progress and adapt through the ruins of the past civilization that collapsed due to global bacteriological warfare. There's, of course, building and crafting, salvaging and learning new recipes. There are enemies. You are not alone. Animals can be as helpful as they are dangerous. You will meet other humans, too. Not sure if they're talking about NPCs or other players here, but it says some foes may be stronger than you think, made of steel or made of flesh. I imagine the steel enemies are probably robots, and I doubt those are other players, probably NPCs. Constant evolution. Rooted is a living world. From the forest to the city's downtown, explore a large world that evolves with your actions. You gain access to new areas, new items, and new crafting options over time. Major events will have an impact on the world. bringing new challenges to you and your friends. You must be prepared. That sounds pretty interesting. Like an ever-changing environment. You can join their Discord to keep up on the progress of the game. The link to their Discord is on their Steam page, which I will link down below, along with every other game I've talked about in this video. This next one kind of caught me by surprise. It's called Palworld, and it's set to release sometime this month in January. Fight, farm, build, and work alongside mysterious creatures called pals in this completely new single-player or online co-op open-world survival crafting game. The more of this game I see, the more intrigued I am. Kind of reminds me of Ark meets Pokemon. You've got survival elements here, mounts. Pals can be mounted and used to traverse the world, building, production, farming, factories and automation, dungeon exploration, breeding and genetics, poaching and crime. You've got the online co-op, like I said, and they're also going to introduce a PvP update in the near future. This game is absolutely loaded with features, and I can't wait to check it out once it launches this month. This next game is called The Axis Unseen. It reminds me of first-person Valheim, but it's not a survival game. It is a horror game created by one of the developers of Skyrim, Starfield, and Fallout. You hunt nightmarish monsters from ancient folklore in a mysterious open world, and you collect their enhanced sense powers and discover elemental arrows. Beware, though, the hunter is also the hunted. And that's pretty much it. Hunt and track down monsters from folklore, improve your senses, gain unique arrow types, and uncover the secrets of the hunters. I mean, what more do you need? This game looks absolutely beautiful. And you get to fight all sorts of crazy monsters. I can't wait to play it. In terms of a release date, don't have one. Just sometime this year in 2024. So hopefully sooner than later. This next one I know has been on a lot of people's radar for a long time. Stalker 2: Heart of Chernobyl. Discover the vast Chernobyl exclusion zone full of dangerous enemies, deadly anomalies, and powerful artifacts. Unveil your own epic story as you make your way to the heart of Chernobyl. Make your choices wisely, as they will determine your fate in the end. Now, this isn't a survival game per se. It's a single-player, story-driven, open-world game, but there are immersive survival mechanics like hunger, sleeping, bleeding, radiation effects that enrich the gameplay, a non-linear story with a variety of paths that lead to one of several endings. There's a life simulating system that makes the game world feel alive like never before. There's a multiplayer mode. There's dynamic day-night cycles. Dude, it sounds amazing, and it looks amazing. I never did play the original Stalker that came out way back in 2007, but I'll definitely be playing this one. It kind of reminds me of the Metro games. I played all of those, and I loved all of those. So can't wait to check this game out when it launches sometime in the first quarter of 2024. This next one is called Beautiful Light. The cinematic trailer is absolutely stunning, and the gameplay looks great too. I watched Level Cap Gaming play this. I can't wait for it. It is a online PvP tactical first-person extraction shooter where 6 squads of 3 operators are tasked with entering, securing, and extracting an artifact in a hostile, horrific environment. Face other operators and player-controlled anomalies, but beware, mistakes can risk your life and gear. So if you die, you lose everything you brought in with you. That's pretty much the name of the game. In extraction shooters. I like them personally. I find them to be heart-pounding and fucking exciting, and I can't wait to check this one out. What I like about this is you shoot a flare to call in the extraction helicopter, so you can basically extract anywhere as long as it's safe. You don't have to find or make your way to a particular extraction point. Now, there's also, like I mentioned, player-controlled anomalies. So you play in a 24-player match. There are 6 squads of 3 operators. That's 18 players. And then there are 6 players that play as these monsters called anomalies. And they're also trying to extract the artifact or kill all the humans. Definitely an interesting take on an extraction shooter. It looks absolutely beautiful. Like I said, you can check out Level Cap Gaming to see gameplay on this. I can't wait to play it. No solid release date yet, just sometime in 2024. Now, those are my top 10 most anticipated games for this year, but I had to throw this one in as an honorable mention. This is called Subliminal. This game is like if a Panic Attack was a video game. Subliminal is a real-time software ray-traced horror puzzle game based on the concept of the back rooms. Endless procedural generated levels, bleeding edge lighting, hostile entities, liminal spaces, and a sense that something is not quite right. In terms of a release date, we're looking at sometime in the first quarter of this year, and I can't wait to play it, even though the trailer alone puts me on edge. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will put a link to all the games I mentioned down below so you can check them out if you want. Thank you guys so much for watching and all of the support. You guys rock. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter if you want. It's at Glock9Gamer. I follow all gamers back. Stick around for, who knows, maybe early access to some of these games, and you can check out gameplay here before anywhere else, even though I'm not really supposed to mention that, so forget I even said anything. Love you guys. I'll see you later.